People going south to Lord, God of Abraham, to the land that's flowing with milk and honey. They cannot be stopped. To the rising sun, there's a star in the east, shining up in the sky, shining out so bright, it's supernatural. I am a bulldozer. I carry the sling of David. I'm a lion king. A lion must fall down. Jericho walls must crumble. To the rising sun, there's a star in the east, shining up in the sky, shining up so bright it's supernatural.
For there is nothing the enemies can do about it. We have come that the will of the Most High may prevail. Radio Biafra is unorthodox. The way we do things are markedly different from how others do it. We are under divine instruction. We have come that Chukwukika may take control of these very proceedings this evening, for we are nothing without him. O Elohim, Chukwukika Biama Purimihenine, unto thee we repose all that we are. Do not allow your children IPOB to be put to shame. Do not allow us to be devoured by the hands of the wicked. Do not allow us, O mighty one, to fall prey to those who do not know thee. You will deliver us, not because we are righteous, but because of your mercy. Hear our cry and our supplication. We are not armed. We have not killed anyone. We have not jailed anyone. We have not done anything at all to warrant the level of destruction and carnage being visited upon your children. The same way Israel suffered, so is Biafra suffering today. And if you, Elohim, can deliver Israel, so will you deliver Biafra. That is our hope. That is our anchor of everything that we hold dear as a race and as a people. You brought Biafra that light may come into Africa. You gave us hope because we are in a continent of hopelessness. And by thy grace, Biafra shall be restored. We shall be resurrected. We shall crown our efforts with the glory by the grace of the Most High himself. We are not strong. We do not pretend to be strong. All we do is to submit ourselves to your will, that your will may be done upon our lives. We have lost many people. We have lost so many good people. Their sacrifice will never be forgotten. We shall honor them, and for their sake Biafra will come. Israel lost people, and today Israel is here as a beacon of hope in a land filled with darkness. We beseech thee, Elohim, because we are wandering all over the world, hoping against every hope that things will turn around for the better. It has never turned around for the better. Instead, it is getting worse. Please do not abandon your children. You have given us a commission, and we must accomplish it in our lifetime. We have come to honor your holy name. We have come to praise thee. We have come to honor thee, that your name may be glorified, adored, and praised forever and ever. Ise.
Kano odogwu ndị Mazi na-agbala ọkụ. Obìnrin igwe na-ekwu okwu, ogwele ife gbalụ Jehova ya lee. Obìnrin igwe na-ekwu okwu, ọ ka na-ekwu okwu. Obìnrin igwe na-ekwuzi okwu ike. Nnamdi Kanu, odogwu bili, eze ndị Igbo gburugburu. Nnamdi Kanu, ọchịagha ụmụ Igbo, odogwu Biafra bili, odogwu ndị Mazi na-agbala ọkụ. Eziokwu n'enu wesikanu, n'enu ụwa n'osi na chi ya dị mma. Mgbe mbụ ka si na nweze enwelo nwa, mana tata na nweze enwegokwa nwa. Mgbe mbụ ka si na Igbo enwele eze, mana tata na anyị bụ igwe anyị enweghị ezenu Nnamdị Nnọbụ ya bụ eze ndị Igbo eziokwu n'enu ụwa ebuka eziokwu n'enu ụwa siri ikenu eziokwu n'enu ụwa esikanụ ọkwa ịma na onye na-achọ onye aka ya dị ọcha na ọchụgido onye n'enu ụwa chụbịa n'ụwa ọmanụ o ji be nwata
people going south the Lord God of Abraham to the land that's flowing with milk and honey. They cannot be stopped to the rising sun. There's a star in the east shining up in the sky, shining out so bright it's supernatural.
Yes, good evening. Good evening, fellow comrades and lovers of freedom. My name's Mazi George. Umeh. I reside here in United Kingdom, and it's 16 minutes on top of the hour here in UK. 16 minutes past 8 p.m. here in United Kingdom. And presumably the same 16 minutes on top of the hour in the holy land of Biafra, and we welcome you this evening at London, to be precise. I am one of the principal servants of indigenous people of Biafra here in UK, as North London coordinator, to be precise. And as I welcome you, please do me a favor to welcome others. There's a lot going on behind the scene. It is not easy to get things done the way we do it. You need to give credit to who is due to. What we do here is solemnly the work of heaven. It's volunteer force. The highest force of the earth is volunteer. Women have volunteered themselves without being induced or enticed with anything. And that is the path we're choosing. We sworn an oath to restore Biafra alongside with our leader. He has not disappointed us. Like I said, this is Biafra Alpha Power Media. And we are here in UK as one of the mouthpiece that standing in the gap as a stand. And Biafra Radio is there. That is our mother station, our national radio. So for those of you who might see me on Biafra Alpha Power Media and see me on Biafra Radio, don't get it twisted, because IPOB have only one central command. We're going to dive into concerning our media outlet this evening. because we see people trying to hoodwink our people. But this evening, like I titled it, it is very, very important, pertinently, that we need to address some issues, especially when it has to do with our leader. And one thing we should not allow are things that happened in the past. The propaganda is a lie they have peddled over 3 years now. We are going to 3 years. And thank God that Mazi Takano was on Biafra radio last week to lay things to bear. And every sundry now can see it is not people jumping up and down like antelope every day on social media. We are not here to generate fund from the misery of our people. That was why IPOB was found solemnly that we are the ones sponsoring it, not from any betting platform. Never in a million years. But because of what people have done, they have allowed themselves to be used. Today, they're running from pillar to pole. Like he likely said to them, they will continue to explain without no answer. And anytime you lost the battle, you only explain. You know? So, like I said, I welcome you once again. My name is Umeh, and I'm a gatekeeper of IPOB, and no apology to that. Our job here is to call out things that is not right, that are allowed in our code of conduct, but everything we say must be fact-checked. I don't come here to sit down and tell you that Mr. A or Mr. B said. If I say Mr. B A said, I will give you the evidence right now, here, there. That is how it's been done on this platform from day one, because it's an international platform. We are not here to gossip, and it's not monetized for your information. IPOB have only one central command in our. None of our media platform is being monetized. Forget about what your former and his cronies has done. From the back door, they monetize so many platforms and they stream through them. We understand how all these things work. If you want to make money through social media, but not in the agony or the misery of our people, we don't want that kind of blood money. I want to reiterate again. If we want to generate funds through social media by the misery of Biafrans, we should be the first people running this whole thing. Some of us abstain ourselves from all this whole thing because it goes contrary to our beliefs. I want to make it abundantly clear this evening for everybody to understand that. Now, this evening, we're going to address Ifeanyi Ejiofor. Ifeanyi Ejiofor is no longer anything to do with IPOB, neither Mazi, because it's very, very important. But before I start this evening, there's something I need to bring to your attention because, over time, people don't realize when they start to step over their boundaries. Ejiofor never knew what extraordinary rendition was. Some of them today will be making references to extraordinary rendition. They get Mazi out. But I'm going to show you things tonight, even in their own so-called counter, when they went for appeal court. Every references they put over there, I was going to show you. It's not hearsay. They say. We don't say they say. We'll give you the evidence before we say they say. But before I start, there's something I want to point out. And I need somebody to tag Ifeanyi Ejiofor for a reason. Ejiofor is no longer IPOB lawyer, and Akano made it clear. But before I will start tonight on Ejiofor's issue, this particular program is designated for Ifeanyi Ejiofor. I want somebody to tag him to understand that this is not a joke. This is a disclaimer to false narratives of Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor, an act of treachery. Very, very important that people realize what we are doing here. But before I go into this issue this evening, I need to clarify some things. Now, because we're not going to allow these individuals to hoodwink our people anymore. Kapole Edozian was declared by the Nigerian military wanted. Nobody have heard of him. And the person that spearheaded this particular propaganda was the so-called Chinasa, the faceless animal. Nobody know who this guy is. And the way they have gone about desecrated our land, caused the mayhem going on in Biafra land, instituted gangs of criminals in Biafra land by Kapole Edozian because he accepted the responsibility. I'm not quoting him. I'm quoting him verbatim on his own words. He said, I will take responsibility because he questioned Mazi's authority. And that is that Chikedozian buried himself alive. Whoever close to him tell him. And now they are holding him under ransom, including Ifeanyi Ejiofor, the masterminder, the real infiltrator in IPOB was Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor. And I'm going to prove them tonight, line by line. Before I move forward, that's something that has caught my eyes, and I need to bring it to your attention. Very, very important, dear friends. You see, whenever you see anything like this, you need to be very careful, extremely careful. This guy they call China Sanwo-Olu, everybody must be very careful, especially young men in our land. You see, propaganda and false information, just like Ejiofor did to penetrated IPOB. I'm going to explain that tonight to you. Look at what this guy wrote here. He said, Biafrans, we must be aware that the time for voluntary military service is fast approaching and the enemy are not backing down. We Biafrans won't back down either. We must ready to defend Biafra land if they fail to let Biafra go. Now it's to let Biafra go. He's not talking about Mazi and he could understand where he's coming from. But I want to say something to you. You see all these things you're seeing here. Any of you that are so idiotically dumb that we engage in anything this man is doing, they're going to kill you and your generation. They have murdered so many people. Evidence is there. Akparawa Mendy was the experimental of chief, because a lot of commander has been murdered and dragged in the street of Biafra. For the first time, he came to Radio Biafra and announced calling people's name because none of this individual take him for serious. Now, this is somebody writing. I want you to pay attention. This is somebody, I don't know who this monkey is, but he said China Sanwo-Olu, ESN boss and IPOB security department chief announced. You see the word they gave him, the title they gave this guy. He asked this individual who designated this animal, this monkey, to this part. This guy, only thing he has in IPOB was he destroyed the middle. What is it called? It's not Middle East. What is it called again? I think it's Middle East. Yeah, the Middle East. He destroyed the Middle East where he was a rep. Couldn't achieve nothing. Kuwait never contributed a dime in IPOB. But you can see what people are writing. And you ask yourself question, why is military looking for Chief Apollo, even though military has no power to declare in civilian wanted? That should be done by the state security or the police, not the army. Army is not external stuff, so we are not that daft or dumb. You know, I just want to clarify that. But I want to tell Biafrans, some of you have forgotten about what happened in, what is it called? What happened in Aba on 31st of March 2022. This is Akwara Obende and his men was set up by Chika Paul Edeziem, and they went to Italy and collected 8 million naira and sold this fake Fendi. You know, when we called them out, they came out and said they accepted the responsibility. Or some people did not follow the instruction, but they were on the phone talking to Akwara Mende because Akwara Mende was the target because you know too much about China Sanwo-Olu. And they make sure they murder the guy in a cold blood. I want to remind you tonight, I'm not going to play Abba Massacre's video any longer. I got it on studio, but it's going to be wasting my time. So I just want to remind you guys what has transpired. This is one of them here. You know how many this man squad they have created? And now they're talking about army. People that could not guide common vigilantes. Yeah? So where are you going to get the strength to deal with military architecture of a country? Mazi can never project any military. We don't want to go to war. Remember what they're projecting. All these things is contradicting Onyendu's. Because I remember when people were pointing that Onyendu could have mentioned Simon Ekpa. Some of you forgotten that Mazi Nandekano, our leader, was why I'm bringing this back now. I'm drawing you back a little bit to give you some senses. When this note was written, that was one time again we mentioned Simon. Simon, we don't have issue with Simon. If Simon Ekpa that get into them, do what he did. But one thing we will not allow is that to them to drive, they use him as an alibi, even though whatever he's doing. But when he come out bluntly to the Sobo, Onyendu will comment on it. Onyendu have given a standard order about him not to speak about it. People forgotten that after this particular memo, our lead counsel had a national interview concerning this matter, and the whole world watched it. And as well, backed it up with a memo. Some of you have forgotten this memo. I want to remind you certain things tonight. I'm not digressing, but I just want to lay this foundation. Very, very important. Now, I will leave it there. It's a warning. I'm warning every young youth in our land to keep away from this man. All the things that these people are scrambling right now, what they're looking for is money. What you need to ask Chikapole Doziem is for asking for the 24 months that is now in charge of IPOB finance and everything. Where is the money and what have they done with the money? This is the question that everybody was asking. But I'm not to come and do accounting. Now, they have access to, they have infiltrated German account, shut it down, went to Italy. They printed that particular account and give it to a tout that cannot read his name properly. And he read it out to the world. Transaction of a nation. Transaction of a nation. He gave it a riffraff that don't even know his read from right. He read it because you guys want to mock your own self. Today you're scrambling for finance. That is why you must do anything possible to convince people that you have an ESN. Ask them, where is this ESN and what are they doing in Biafra land? Over time, they will go and gather 2 or 3 cows, shot them dead, and still carry the cow and sell it. This is what they've been doing, state managed. Everybody must be aware because only there's a standing order. No ESN activities must be shown on social media. This is, if you don't know, I remind you tonight again, this is a standard order from the highest command of IPOB, and you dare not question it. That's why we have a problem. Are you getting my point? Now, that's another thing I want to clarify before I move forward tonight. There is a particular, I don't know if they circulated it or they hide it within themselves, sharing it in forum just because they want to, steal from you. They want to extort money from individuals. Listen to this. Yeah?
Return to farming, invest in agriculture. Have you ever paused to question the importance of self-sufficiency in food production, food self-sufficiency, or the ability of a nation to feed its own people from its own resources, plays a pivotal role in secure.
Now, everybody must be very, very wary. Whatever, you have to go back on Chike Doziem, anything Chike Doziem have said before. Is that anything that have manifested because he has no power to do any of these things? This is what they told him to come and say. These are propaganda. I'm advising our people. Some of them will go up, our brothers that when they talk about cow ranch in Biafra land, at least I have a talent family here. They explain their own ordeal there. They were extorted money. That were paying money in a private account. That money, they never get that money till tomorrow morning. So be careful of these monsters. And now, there's something I need to clarify. IPOB have only one radio Biafra who set up. All of us are contributing. Biafra television, all of us are contributing on it. That is when Onyendu was here, before Biafra radio was authorized by our leader. Because of their gross insubordination and their treachery is on record. Now, this particular guy they call Moses, this is the young man that run Rapture Media. I want to make it clear to everybody, there's nothing like IPOB Rapture Media. I repeat again, there is nothing like this. Is also your form a gang of these are gang of criminals because this guy, if this guy is not, if you go to Rapture Media, you have to subscribe. So it's a monetized platform. Where is the money going to? Question you should be asking them. The money they generate from Rapture Media, where is the fund going to? But every IPO, the so-called Radio Biafra on Biafra television, they stream through him. He is the one, he is their engineer because all these are daft. They're all daft. They don't know anything. So the guy knows a little bit of one or two things and they're manipulating all of them. I have to make it clear tonight. The person in charge of Rapture Media is this young man here they call Jackson Moses from Ogoja. It has nothing to do with, that's nothing, because probably Onyendu didn't know what they were doing. But I know that they are collecting, there's a back end. This is a transaction going on within them. Very, very important. And I want to advise our people, do not take anything these individuals are saying serious. I just want to flash this video here, which I'm going to take it away. If they have not flashed it, we have shared this video. So be very, very important. Be very careful. This is a fraud alert. Fraud alert. Do not put your money in any project these people are putting in because everything they do is to extort money from people. And end of discussion. Now, I want to go into the the deal that brought me here. Now, I want to first of all, I said, tag Ifeanyi Ejiofor. I know they're going to watch this. You know, you might claim you're not watching. Facebook have many ways. You're watching on screen, not clicking. We don't care, but the message must get to you. Very, very important. Now, are you watching in YouTube? Wherever you're watching, doesn't really matter. But the point is that you must receive this particular gospel tonight. You can be under your wife wrapper. You know, Ejiofor never knew what extraordinary rendition was, and he's still playing in because the guy is so daft. You know, the man's supposed to be, you know, he's fighting with his kingsman, Ejiofor, because of no, and he want to rope IPOB into it. And there's a couple of things I wanted to show tonight before I continue what I'm doing. Now, before I start, I want to flash this first of all. I want to read something to you. Somebody should tell Ifeanyi Ejiofor, because Ifeanyi Ejiofor violated the code of conduct. You know, that law, countries come to enact their own law, but they're what they call universal law, in quote, even though it doesn't work in Nigeria, because it's a zoological republic. Now, you know, when you talk about solicitor is a lawyer in this country, I'm talking about the code of conduct, you know, sets out to require not to mislead the court. The client orders solicitor who are complicit with their client in misleading the court or who do so themselves with serious consequences. Ejiofor have done far more than this, which I'm going to prove to you tonight. Even going far to sworn affidavits for Mazi Nnamdi, he never authorized it. Mazi Nnamdi's younger brother is there. But Ejiofor went to sworn an affidavit to sabotage the so-called, you know, bail they granted Onyendu, which all these things I know is state managed, because including the so-called Sam, they know what they did. But I want to make this abundantly clear. Ejiofor do not understand. It was the last interview he went to do. He will start talking about confidentiality about Onyendu's health. And up to now, he has been sacked. He's still ranting, didn't understand his boundaries. I want to stop this because I don't want to go deep on. I just want to show you what he meant. And again, I want to now take you to the main thing. Basically, that IPOB and what Ejiofor has done in IPOB. And I want to say something tonight. You know, some of you have forgotten that the first person that called Ejiofor out and asked him to quietly withdraw from Onyendu's case because he's disqualified because he has a pending criminal case. This is Bruce Fame's, you know, memo that he wrote to Ejiofor, and Sahara Reporter reported this. Yeah, this was on 3rd March 2022. This is barely a year ago. He requested that he himself should exclude himself from this case because Ejiofor has a pending criminal case with one of his clients that he defrauded about 6-point-something million naira. It was very clear. The man saw it and said it. But Ejiofor held bent because Ejiofor know why and what he was doing. The biggest mole that we ever seen was Ejiofor. I just want to remind you guys, I'm reminding you tonight what has transpired before we get into the main thing. Again, like Canon Takani said, this is the main problem that started in IPOB. The memo that Chikerizem is operating today is this memo here. Ejiofor drafted it. I've shown you this many times, but I'm reminding you again. We want to flash all these things before we get to the main thing tonight. Now, there's a couple things I want to show you. You know, I don't know if Ejiofor and including so-called Sam, ceremonial Sam, Michael Zekome, understood what conflict of interest is all about. I don't know if they know. I don't know. I just put it up in. This is one of the definition of, you know, conflict of interest. Before Ezekome pick up Mazi Nnamdi's case, he understands the consequences that is going against the Federal Republic of Nigeria, which is then dead Buhari administration, the state managed. He knew what he was getting himself into. He wasn't working for IPO. He wasn't working for Mazi Nnamdi into a pro bono. He was paid 80 whopping thousand US dollars for that job. But because of that complexity of the job, because he knew that this is a nation between a nation, he knew what was happening. He understood everything before he picked it up. So he should have been very careful on what he does. Like I said, typically a conflict of interest arises when an individual finds themselves occupying two social roles simultaneously, which is generate opposite benefits or loyalties. It's not about money, right? Then the interest involved can be potentially means money or non-money as well. But why I put this up, there's other one I want to flash to you, because the question is, people saying that he's a son, so he's entitled to get an award from Nigeria. And I ask you, how many awards has he received before now? And his word that he have said concerning this particular whole thing. And now, and some of you forgotten that Samike Zakome, that was a memo that he written. I want to show you something concerning the adjournment of these cases that we have been through in the past, you know, but no, it's not this one here. Now, this is it here. This is if you remember when, this is the memo he wrote after they postponed it. He was the one, because the funny thing is that anytime we go to court, they don't allow you to appear to court. So nobody knows what's happened. They go through the back door and have discussion with Bintanyako. Right? This is on 11th of May, 2023. The above appeal came up before the Supreme Court, and they were adjourned to 14th of September for definite hearing. Perhaps it was not known to the Honorable Court that the time that the Supreme Court would still be on annual recess. Now he's defending the Supreme Court, but they were the one that are giving the date. Can you see double standard the man is playing? And you can see from May till September, that is 4 whopping months. That is how they've been postponing this case. I just want to remind you, because some of us have forgotten so quickly, right? And the award he took, this award was given to him on 11th of October 2022. When did he pick up this case? And what this award was given to him? That is a question you need to ask yourself. It is conflict of interest. You cannot do a thing like that. And again, Ejiofor was getting an award, because I remember Chinua Achebe during the Biafra War, when they gave him an award, then that award was returned. So what is it that Ejiofor has done that Ejiofor now requires an award? They've given Ejiofor award and Ezekome himself award. If not because of they doing the job they asked them to do. You know, this is what they're flashing out. But I just want to remind all of you, and very important, that Chikapole Dozema and our people need to be very careful with these individuals. Now, let's move on to the main thing. Now, that's something I want to say here. About massacre, they lied. So already I'm letting you guys know that, you know, China someone who came on Radio Biafra and told you that they're going to avenge. They have never avenged anything to tomorrow morning. Now they want to set up a military structure. It's entirely up to you. If you want to die, you can join them to die. Now, Ejiofor. Now, I'll start from Ejiofor. Some of you forgotten where all this problem started. Ejiofor went to tell them that Onyendu was incapacitated. That was the lie Ejiofor sold to them. And Ejiofor said that he's working for IPOB on pro bono. And that means he's working for free. Up to today, he has not come out to clarify the $19,000 that he got from the Biafra Foundation. The $80,000 that he got from his mentor, because he called him his mentor. Now, that he tell me he didn't get a penny from it. And don't forget that IPOB Oyendu said it, because there was a time they were arresting our people from Referral and Center, and we were paying money. That we have to pay ransom. Everybody there. They said they're releasing people. It's what we are paying. We are paying. That was what happened. Now we move forward. So now And another thing is this, at the end of the day, because all these things they're saying, they don't understand what they have got themselves into. But tonight, I want you to ask Ifeanyi Ejiofor quickly to go and write a long memo about Onyendu's hospital. Now, the question you should be asking Ejiofor, Onyendu was granted access to get to his own personal doctor. Did Onyendu actually see his personal doctor in the course of you now being foreseen Onyendu as the lead counsel, in quote, with your own mentor? The answer is no, because he blocked everything. He blocked everything. That is fact of life. So, and the question is not about Onyendu, because Onyendu now have seen his doctor. Onyendu now have come into court. We're no longer interested. The question was the same way you posted that particular the verdict of the Onyendu's having access to his doctor. Why didn't you post the verdict of the ruling that was stayed and the reason that the ruling was stayed? You didn't do that. So that is where now we are coming to ask some fundamental question. And like I said from the beginning tonight, I'm going to show you a couple, things tonight that probably is going to help you to get your brain working and think like a human being. Because the most importantly is for all of us to reason and see fit. The most important thing is that why was the stay execution at the same court that granted that? What was the problem? What happened? How this whole thing, even though probably they manage it, but what will happen? What did you do, Ifeanyi Ejiofor? Biafrans need to ask this fundamental question. And the particular judgment is what we want you to now post on your own wall as now. And remember, you are now undermining Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case, because as your former, that's why I show you that and I show you, as you are a former counsel to Onyendu. You are no longer, and you are not allowed to comment on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's issues any longer. You must be aware of this. I don't know where you read your own law, but you must be very careful and be aware of this. It's very, very important. Now, I just want to now to actually show you this judgment we're talking about here, because Ejiofor will not be so man enough to actually come out and tell the gullible ones and those he have deceived what transpired and what went down in the Federal High Court, in the court and in appeal court when they hold the stay. And as a couple, and you could see, if you remember this particular video from Ejiofor, which I'm not going to have time to play that video anymore, when he's actually accepted that he's not the type of lawyer that disgraces his colleagues, but he had the opportunity to actually nail these people, he wouldn't do it. That video is quite irrelevant, and Mazi kind of made it open that every problem that we are facing today from IPOB originated from Ifeanyi Ejiofor. All these things are record. Now let's see that judgment and why it was still. I'm going to put it up on the screen to us to go through it because it's important that people understood what we're talking about. Because now this is the counter affidavit, and I'm not going to read through it, but I need to tell you where, because this is what you need to ask Ejiofor to show you, and where all this problem was, all this evil was done, right? So now this is the counter affidavit, and this is them filing of Onyendu. So this is the Ifeanyi Ejiofor, blah 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 blah, still going down. But what I want to tell you now is where you're going to be listening to, where the stay of execution. Why was the reason why? Is from this particular. You see, looking now, I'm coming to the second paragraph of this, right? Now, I'm going to do this slowly. Maybe some of you will pay attention to listen, right? Now, he said, now I'm going to start from that. The disposition contains in the affidavits, particularly paragraph 5, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, and J. Therefore, and readily with deliberated falsehood and misrepresentation of fact. Consequently, they are accordingly denied by the respondent. That in specific response to the paragraph A of the applicant's affidavit is denied by the respondent. The applicant noticed that the appeal attached to the affidavit as Exhibit A do not raise any substantial argument or recommend issues of law for the apex court determination. That in specific response of paragraphs 5, B, C, D, and E of the affidavit, which respondent denied, I stated as follows. That the respondent never drawn bail, and neither is he a flight risk person. This is how now they're bringing it out, but let me just get you to where now the reason why the execution was stalled is because Ejiofor, he denied because of Ejiofor was the person that actually sworn an affidavit for Onyendu, and which is this is the reason why the execution was stalled. And this is what we have told you people, that Ejiofor should show you. You guys should read through this. I have shown you tonight that the main issue here is that Ejiofor himself was the person. If you look at it from the first paragraph, this account affidavit, he's the person that actually stated his name and sworn an affidavit for Onyendu itself. Now, and again, as something I need to state here again, very, very important, because for obvious reason. Now, some of you do not know that Ifeanyi Ejiofor had a signed agreement with DSS that nobody should get access to Onyendu unless through him, because this is one of the things now we are dealing with, right? This is just come out from the same so-called DSS. You know, even though some other lawyers won't get access unless it has to be approved by Ifeanyi Ejiofor. They deny them access. This is what we have been fighting for, because if you look at this, he said he said this here counter affidavit in opposition to the applicant notice in a preliminary objection filed 19th February 2024. Yeah, but the issue is because Ejiofor was the person that did this. I think Kanan Takaru posted this on his Twitter handle. You know, but all these things you're seeing here is the issue that we are dealing with. But why I'm saying this is very, very important, that every IPOB member now need to ask Ejiofor fundamental question, which Ejiofor don't have any right anymore to comment on Onyendu's issues. But as he still goes on to be commenting on Onyendu's issued while the court case is still going on, that alone is infringing on every fundamental right, because he's a lawyer and they understand why that should be so. It is very, very important that people understood why all these things is being explained to a layman perspective to understand. And now he has made some couple assertions himself and things he has written and all that, right? But the main thing I want people to pay attention is the particular affidavit that the Ejiofor sworn for Onyendu. That was what spurred them to stay the execution. Why Onyendu is still in DSS dungeon. That is the main argument. And that is the question everybody should be asking him. Any other thing he's saying, he decided to come out and write episodes, you know, and accuse other people that are now people that's new lead counsel and you're writing a pertinent clarification regarding of Onyendu's medical, that is quite irrelevant. And at the end of the day, all these things is not what we want to hear anymore, because now we have moved forward. But the point is, why did they stay the execution is what you need to come out and explain, as you have now continued to explain. It doesn't matter how many backing dogs you have on social media, it's not going to solve this issue. The only thing that's going to solve this issue is for you to do the right thing, because as you are making more mistake on your own part, that's something you tweeted this afternoon. I put it on my personal Facebook wall. You need to be guarded on things you do, because you have done enough damage to IPOB and Mazi Nnamdi himself. You need to now retrace your steps from things you are doing, because everything is in black and white. It's not like, that's why I left it on the certified true copies of the judgment. Put up these certified copies of judgment and tell Biafrans that you, Ejiofor, was the person that sworn affidavits to the same person you are defending. I have never in my entire life seen anything. And do you know the funny part, right? Do you know the funny part of all this whole thing is that in this particular counter affidavits they're doing, the references they're quoting is the effort of the somebody that today they say that is nobody. Because all these places they're quoting is things that we have accomplished, But at the end of the day, they're still making references, because this particular judgment is about 13 pages. But we picked up the references of where the whole thing happened is what I'm here now, detailing it down to you. So you guys can, take it in and ask some fundamental question. Because it's not about people coming on social media shouting. And that's something that I think I asked Canon this question on the program, and he addressed it when we were on Biafra Radio. Even he went after Onyendu's father-in-law, and now he went after other barristers and our lead counsel now that handle Onyendu's case. He's writing all this kind of nonsense on social media. So I don't know what he wants to achieve. Already, it's like somebody you've been employed and now he no longer requires your services. What is the problem? Why are you so upset that you want to be Mazi Nnamdi lawyer? By all means. It does not work like that, my brother. There's no hard feelings in this, but you need to accept that you could not deliver what you've been given. You are given opportunity and you couldn't do anything with it. So you need to be very careful on your part. So what I'm going to say is this. Like I have rightly proved, showing all this to you, Ejiofor, question mark to Ejiofor, is to Ejiofor to now, since he now made Onyendu's medical document available to you guys on his social media, on his Twitter, which you should not be doing so, because you are no longer part of this. You don't have authority from our leader to make those documents available to public. But as you have continued to do so, you must well come out and show Biafrans the verdict and what transpired, why the sale of execution. You have not said that. And that is the question we have keep on asking to people to tell us. And we have got no answer to it. I'm going to go in a short break, and as I come back, I'm going to try to finish up whatever I have not touched on at this point in time. Let me just take a quick break. I just need to get something worked out quickly. Then when I come back, then, yeah, a quick break, please.
It's a song forever. It's a song of the singer. It's a song of victory. It's a song of Biafra. It's a song of freedom. We are champions. It's a song of the singer. It's a song of Biafra. I cannot be stopped. I am a bulldozer. I carry the sling. of David. I'm the Lion King, a lion must fall down. Jericho walls must crumble to the rising sun. There's a star in the east, shining up in the sky, shining up so bright it's supernatural. Hallelujah, it's a song we'll be singing. It's a song forever. It's a song we'll be singing. It's a song of victory. It's a song of Biafra. It's a song of freedom. We are champions. It's the song we'll be singing. It's the song of Biafra. Yeah. Protect me. Freedom is coming. Yeah. Freedom. It's a song we'll be singing. It's a song forever. It's a song we'll be singing. It's a song of victory. It's a song of Biafra. It's a song of freedom. We are champions. It's a song we'll be singing. It's a song of Biafra. Pharaoh let my people go and serve the Lord God of Abraham, to the land that's flowing with milk and honey. They cannot be stopped. To the rising sun, there's a star in the east, shining up in the sky, shining out so bright it's supernatural. It's a song we'll be singing. It's a song forever. It's a song we'll be singing. It's a song of victory. It's a song of Biafra. It's a song of freedom. We are champions. It's the song we'll be singing. It's a song of Biafra. I cannot be stopped. I am a bulldozer. I carry the sling of David. I'm a Lion King. A lion must fall down. Jericho walls must crumble to the rising sun. There's a star in the east, shining up in the sky, shining up so bright it's supernatural. Hallelujah. Biafra. Yeah.
Yeah, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. So I just want to try to wrap up this program. It's very important that, like I have said before, the state of execution of our leader's case was that's the main issue, and everybody should be questioning Ifeanyi Ejiofor because it's so much contradicting in there. Because this is about 13 pages. The original pages is what I've just shown you on the screen. So, but the question is this: that the information from the original source is senior. The question also is, where did he see the respondent? Because he can't be sworn an affidavit on our leader, but hearsay is mere hearsay. You heard, and you are the person that is now defending our leader, and you went to sworn an affidavit. That is the main reason why. And this is why Ejiofor need to come out. And when did he supply the information? All these are required under section 115 in bracket 4 for any affidavit to pass the test of legitimacy and credibility of law. For the evidence before the court, the facts supplied by the applicant has not been reported validly for the respondent to cause this court to reject. To cause the court to reject the disbelief and disbelieve the evidence. It is therefore my conclusion that the evidence supplied by the applicant has shown clearly special circumstance to warrant the grant of this motion for stay. That is why Onyendu is still in DSS dungeon, because Ifeanyi Ejiofor said he had from his senior, which is a document that was in Adokiti or something, in somewhere in Adokiti. Now, where did you see Onyendu to be accepting all this information from our leader? That is the main issue. So Ejiofor can run from pillar to pole. It's not going to change anything. And like I said, dabbling into things, some publication he has made, which is quite irrelevant at this point in time. But the only question that is very, very on the line, they asked Ejiofor, is why the state of execution? Ejiofor, I say you're a Mazi Nanekano. You're not the lead counsel, you have your superior and you're part of the legal team. Now, you went to sworn an affidavit from our leader. And he stated it there black and white. Hearsay. You are not sure of what you're saying. That is the reason why our leader is still in the SS dungeon. So what is your argument? And you're trying to sell yourself to us. No, it's not going to work. You are no longer part of the legal team. And those are there are doing perfectly well. Number one is that Onyendu were not allowed to come to court. Mazi Nnan can spend almost 2 years plus to 3 years. Couldn't be able to address the press. You guys did not find it fit to allow Onyendu, even though Biafra land was burning. And you guys knew that if Onyendu spoke, even to communicate that message, he never did it. It was Ifeanyi, it was our lead counsel, Ejimako, that stood. Because you're compromised. You've been playing double standard all this while. So you couldn't address any of this individual. So, but we including the so-called Sam, he couldn't find it fit to Mazi Nnan to call a press conference, Onyendu address the press so that people can hear. It couldn't happen. Ejimako was our lead counsel was one come out with the message handwritten and put it in memo and communicated it to the whole world. It's on record. Now Onyendu have spoken. So what is your argument? What ground have you stand now to say anything on what you have said? You said you work on pro bono. We have told you. You've been paid for every service you have granted to IPOB. You only cost what was your network before you? What was your net before you joined IPOB? How much were you worth? And compared to now, it is very, very important that we do all this survey to actually ascertain where we are going. So, like I said, the bonds, the main argument here and what you're trying to run away from is what you have cost. People can be sitting in their comfort zone and be saying whatever they want to say. But the fact remains, the day you come out and explain to Biafrans why the state of execution, then we will have a conversation. Like I said, this particular program is purpose of educating people. And when we talk about conflict of interest on you collecting an award from the same Buhari you took to court, dead Buhari at the Zekome, and somebody will question, you remind us that you are Nigerian Sam and lawyer. We know all of that. But you must carry yourself with the code of conduct that guides your profession. It is ethical. So there's no need to you to try to educate us because we know who we were before you were employed and you know what you're getting yourself involved with. So it's not an argument for people to start to throw tantrums about when being asked a fundamental question that is there before you, looking at your face, you could not, answer that question. So, Biafrans, I will indulge you to reach out to Ifeanyi Ejiofor. Let him quickly answer this particular question. And there's something I see he put up this evening, I think in his Facebook, or I think I don't have that. There's a tweet he tweeted this afternoon. I think I had it somewhere. It is quite hilarious that when he goes on to do some stuff and he can't ask himself question, you need to look yourself in the mirror and feel sorry for yourself, what you have done. The mishap you have caused an IPOB is something it's unforgivable what you guys have done. So, but to be fair, you just need to, suck it up. I'll use that word, suck it up, and try to do something with your life. Because I know that majority, all of you cannot survive without Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You see, I think I'm gonna bring this tweet up on the screen because it's important I bring it to the screen. So at least you know when people are speaking from the both sides of their mouth. Sometimes you say things you look at yourself in the mirror, you reflect back at you. You know what I mean? So this is one of his tweets that he tweeted today. And when you read it, then you need to ask yourself a fundamental question. What is this guy actually driving at? Because we don't know where he's coming from. Where is this tweet gone to now? Where is this thing gone to? Give me a second. I need to get you on the screen. Sometimes it's not that easy, but we try. So why is it not coming up? Okay, I think I had it before. That's why. I had it before. So I just want to. Now, this is a tweet he tweeted today. It says people are buried in the depths of grief, ignorance, unaware that outward appearance do not necessarily reflect true essence, leaving them mentally, spiritually, and physical dormant. To be honest with you, I don't think probably, sometimes if you want to write, you write to intimidate some of these individuals who will not actually understand the word, but you pick up the dictionary, you'll be writing jargon. And the character in Kings of Smoke, inevitable, revealed itself over time, transcending concealment. This is actually you. To be honest with you, if you look at the words that you just spoken, that is exactly what you've done. Burying people, ignorance, this is what you have done. And all this word you use here reflect back at you, to be fair. And is your conscience hitting you? Because over time I was talking to you, I always said, don't allow your emotion to override your intelligence. Look at you, a lawyer, barrister, with big and monkey jacket. I told you that you're a native doctor, and you see the person you're standing beside with. You show me your friend. I told you who you are. No disrespect. I ain't got no issues with you guys. But my problem is the problem you caused on us, the pain and agony that you brought in IPOB. And I know that you're not gonna get away with it. You even go far to rope Onyendu's father-in-law that brought you, the man that brought you, that gave you the opportunity to who you are today. You have the temerity to mention his name. I can't say it's a big insult. But you know what? All these things have to happen because if these things don't happen, we will not know. You mentioned his name in one of your write-up. I can't remember what that write-up is, but his name was mentioned there. And it is not something that is very fair. It's not fair that you will bring Onyendu. You have the nerve to, our leader's father-in-law and Onyendu itself, since that concern our leader, you'll be mentioning his name there, that he has grudges. I don't know what grudges must he has had. It's just because he could not do what you've been called to do. Why is it grudges? So if you have an employer and employ, the person is not delivering the service that you want them to do. So if you serve them, they have the right to hold grudges up. I mean, that means people wouldn't hire people to work for them or to fire them. That's the essence of, organization, to hire people and fire them if they underperform, which you have proven that he couldn't do anything. That's exactly what it is. But for you to be coming out and be writing 1,000 words, to confuse some gullible ones out there is something that does not mean anything. And he went on to calling all these people's name, even Mandela himself, my former associated with Ifeanyi Ejiofor. Why is all these people against you? You're one person, yeah? You only align with Ezekiel, your mentor, yeah? But we don't have issues with it. But these individuals on their own, Ejiofor, you trained in Nigeria, Barrister Ejiofor was trained in America. Maxwell, you see him going for seminars. These people are acquiring knowledge, and I think they're more professional and dedicated in what they do. I'm trying to make a distinction here. I'm not going to lose any foul words to you or whatnot, but what I'm trying to say is that all this jargon you're writing is detrimental to you because it depends on our leader. It's only Onyendu who can decide. It's only Onyendu who can decide. It's only our leader can decide what to do. We can only speak. But the message tonight is this. Master Ifeanyi Ejiofor, tell your gullible followers what actually transpired in appeal courts. That it was you, solemnly you, that caused the pain of Onyendu. And even he went further to block everybody else. I didn't read that. I know I have a couple minutes here when I was scrolling down on that particular stuff. I didn't read it, but I don't need it. I can go back on this. It is important that our people actually understand. I know our people don't like to read, but it's good that we start paying attention in things that matters to us. You see this particular document here is the document. I think this is a refusal, right? Okay, now he said, I, Isowo Owo, male adult of the State Security Service Headquarters, Abuja, do make oath and state as follows, right? He said that I have the authority of the respondent to dispose to this counter affidavits and do dispose from act on the fact within my knowledge, save we are stated to be on information and brief, and we are so stated. I very believe in the fact of the truth. Now it goes down to say that I have read the affidavit of Prince Mandela, Umeh Abarogo, in support of the motion, and I understand all the statements therein. That's paragraph 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16 of the affidavits are untrue and are hereby denied. The applicant is in self and secure custody of the state security, in brackets SSS, and he is not detained in solitary confinement. Now, this is what happened. This is the act of Ejiofor. The applicant is allowed access to his family members and his team of lawyers on the days appointed as visiting day, that the defendant stroke applicant is permitted to interact and consult with his lawyer on his visiting day without any interference from officials of the complainant. That at no time did any official, now this is a counter affidavit of complainant sees, they try to drag of the confiscated documents which our legal counsel have said brought to the defendant as applicant by his lawyers. Now this is the state security, but look at where this bracket here. I'm going to go to 20. With respect of the paragraph 16 of the affidavit, the argument between the state security and the applicant was that only letter emanate from the lead counsel will be entertained, given to the applicant. So every other document that brought to Onyendu, you can see in the court, Onyendu was holding the document by himself for the first time. The first time Onyendu appeared in court with our lead counsel, Barrister Ejiofor. You could see on 20, this is a Ejiofor's dealings. Before the argument served counsel, even unknown to the applicant, posed as his counsel or human rights protector. Exhibit B is irrelevant and does not amount to breach of right of applicant to his counsel. So this is what some of you need to pay attention to. Because, when we start to say all these things, a lot of people might think, okay, there is something you trying, it's not a propaganda. Ejiofor is quite irrelevant as far as I'm concerned. But the reason why we have to do this particular program is to draw attention, the disclaimer of what he's trying to do. He's not running behind closed door. That's why they have declared Chika Polydosm wanted by Nigerian military, which you would never had military declare an individual. They declare Simon, like all of they know what they're doing. We don't want to get involved in windows or whatnot, because all this managed stuff, we don't want to get involved. But the point and point blank here for you to understand is that what has transpired. And this night I have shown you a lot of stuff, the facts that things that have happened, you need to pay attention to. And if you really love Mazi and IPOB and Biafra at large, you start asking fundamental questions. This is not about gossip, because the references they took in their counter affidavits they put there was the references of all the cases they've won by Ifeanyi. Ejiofor could not find that Onyendu house was invaded. Ejiofor could not find that IPOB prescription. Who filed for Onyendu's house invaded? It was Umeh. It was our lead counsel, by Ejiofor. He won that case. Then he went back again to Enugu to file for the prescription of IPOB, because IPOB was actually prescribed by the Southeast Governor Forum. Some of you forgotten. It's Enugu. When that happened, then they went to gazette it in Abuja with the so-called this is Sharia law, because the dead Buhari administration, whatever they want, they have. But he never filed any of this. The day he mentioned Onyendu's house invasion, Binta could throw him out of court. And now they're telling you about Barrister Ejiofor is on what is the word he used? There's a place I want to read this particular paragraph. He said on the one he said how the plot orchestrated by Lawyer Ejiofor and rest of them. Now there's a place he said the eventual assumption of control over the case, file and consequences, disgraceful demonstration of their extreme lack of experience and he said, what is that? He said, and unfamiliarity with procedurary law. Now, the word he used on familiarity with procedurary law is where I have an issue. We have never heard where the counter argument between Bintayako neither Ezekome before in court. Now, Bintayako was so uncomfortable in the last sitting because she knew that it met people that actually stood. She has no ground to actually tell anybody to be acting under the norms of law because she broke it by actually, now even the Supreme Court already have told them that it was recklessly for her, to revoke Onyendu's bail because Mazi Nnamdi escaped assassination. So what is the disgraceful and unfamiliarity with procedural law? I don't know where you're getting all this from. But because when somebody couldn't do something, somebody else are picking up your pieces. Ejiofor is not, I don't know, but bro, you need to grow up and understand, all fingers are not equal. He brought Ezekome, his Sam, professor, give it to him. All this ceremonial, yeah, he has all of that quality. But what did you guys do? Absolutely nothing. The one case that he won was still because he swore on affidavits, and it was there. He's the lead counsel. He allowed you to swear on affidavits, mentioning his name that he was an accurate Adokiti, and where did he see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? That is the argument here. Nothing else. So for me, all I have to advise Biafrans is all of us now need to wake up and smell the coffin, because at the end of the day, it's what it is. And I just want to flash some couple stuff on the screen. Chika Paul, fundraising scam. Beware of these individuals. Anything they do is criminality. And this is same man that our Sam, they don't understand what conflict of interest is. They were, this one here. Remember, this is another because they're looking for. If you look at this particular receipt, they said is IPOB war. They were about to write worldwide, but you can see that WOLD is missing. Anything you do in a hurry, and Mecca gift is not getting no more $250 from IPOB. So they're scamming, they're looking for money from every angle. Chika Paul does pay back $9 million he sold Onyendu. Those who sold Onyendu are still chasing 9 million balance. That's why you see him, he went to Africa. And when he went to Africa, went to Tanzania, and now he's been declared wanted. How can he went to Tanzania? Tanzania is a neighboring country with Kenya. Kenya Onyendu was extraordinary rendition. And what has he gone to do there? He went to Tanzania. What was the Chikireze went to do in Tanzania? Nobody has asked that question. But some like this night I'm reminding because all these things encompasses. Because Ejiofor is the architect of everything we are facing today. So when his name is mentioned, we need to mention all these mushrooms because they are the ones underneath him walking. All the dirty deed they have did, they're the one doing it. But I'll tell you one thing. Only we have Ejiofor. Once your hands are clean, I hope you guys know what Ofonogu means. So you must come to equity, you must come with clean hands. There's no need. If you are clean in IPOB, there's no need of argument. Why are we arguing? What are we arguing? There's nothing to argue about. Everything was laid down before now. It is you guys that brought the problem. Come to the door for mentioning people's name, as character assassination, blackmailing, but today everything now has revolved back to you because it's a boomerang, has boomerang. So all of you now are running helter-skelter. There's no place to hide. Ejiofor, do yourself a service. And if you still have some dignity that's still left in you, everything you do, we have every evidence that everything you have done is in black and white. But the height of it is when you went to sworn on an affidavit for somebody you are now defending in the court without any clear authorization or specific. You had two different words. Where did you see Mazi Nnamdi to sworn affidavit under Mazi Nnamdi on behalf of Mazi Nnamdi? And whatever your superior told you, he was not telling you that over phone. And you guys are telling me that is a Sam professor. When the stale execution happened, he was in Miami dancing Alabanco. Where were you, Ejiofor? Were you in the court that day? He wasn't in the court. He sent out some man to come and collect that because it was state managed. He was one that come and accept the stale execution. Why the Sam and professor was in Miami dancing? What is it called? Is he? What is it called again? I forgot what it called. Salsa, maybe he's there dancing salsa. He went there because Miami is close to Cuba, so he's went there to dance salsa. Anyway, like I said, that's nothing. I'm going to just allow you to, because there's something Mazi said on my interview with him in Biafra Radio, to remind you again where our problem started. Listen to this.
Today is Ifeanyi Ejiofor brought us there today.
Yeah.
Everything that is happening today, the way it's going, whether it's going well or going bad, hold him responsible, because he was the architect of this. Starting from the time Onyendu was rendition to Nigeria. He never visited Onyendu until sometime in September. But he was writing dishing orders and made a lot of people to believe him, and using his dodgy ways to think that he could destroy IPOB. He never knew that IPOB is way too advanced.
Yeah, this is from the, like, because a lot has been said. But like I said, I will penny here tonight for this. So, fundamental question to Ifeanyi Ejiofor is, what was the reason why they stalled the execution? Any other thing he's saying is quite irrelevant. And again, be warned, commenting, undermining Onyendu's case. For your information, it's just a very candidate advice I will give. Nothing personal. But you should be aware and ethics of your profession and the norms that guides it. When he's speaking on ongoing case that you've been relieved, you're no longer part of it. Number one, if you're producing any document for Mazi Nnamdi, can you breaching the Data Protection Act? Anything that concerns Mazi Nnamdi at this point in time, Ejiofor, you shouldn't actually have it. If you have it in your position, you don't make it available to public. I don't know if you knew this. I said Data Protection Act alone, because before you use somebody's data, the person must agree. As long as that person does not have anything with you, contract is because contract between you and Mazi Nnamdi and IPOB is gone. But now it's still, I don't know if you think you're in your village. This is not your dragon with Ejiofor, the one that sent you to school. Please do yourself a service and have some dignity. You have enriched yourself through the pain of Mazi Nnamdi. IPOB members that were kidnapping left, right, and center from 2017, 18, 19. People are saying that you're using your money to lease IPOB. Allah. It was state managed, and we're paying ransom. Onyendu said it over time on Radio Biafra. It's on ransom. He said that we should come, someone should bring receipt if you have been being paid, you're working as a pro bono. The money that he got from Bia Foundation and any other thing you've been paid for, you know that. But we ask you to come and tell us that he didn't collect 19,000 from Bia Foundation. Forget about the one you collect from the zoo because it was open. It was through the back door. That's why they were attacking you. So you sued them. They gave you 1 billion. We understand how these things work, but we're not here to talk about it. Our concern is that do not get yourself wrapped up with Mazi Nnamdi because before you there was Obeta there. Obeta was in this position, he took over. Obeta never uttered a word about Onyendu. Go and check Obeta's history. When Obeta left Onyendu, he never for one day made one comment under Mazi Nnamdi's case. I reiterate again tonight. When Obeta that were there before you leave his position, he never uttered a word from the day his contract was cancelled. Be warned, Ejiofor. I can't tweeted this yesterday. Even in Nigerian law, he says it's there. But as he goes on talking things, saying things, concocting lies, it's not business as usual. Be warned. But as you have now producing documents that still concern Mazi Nnamdi with medical documents from DSS, you put it on your social media, whereas you are no longer Mazi Nnamdi, you don't have any affiliation with the legal team any longer. You don't. So why would you be posting things that concern Mazi Nnamdi in social media? Do you understand what you are doing? I'm just trying to help you here, though. There's no binding between you. You are no longer there. You're no longer there. You've done this in the past. It's not gonna work. But as you have continued, bring the same out document you have because we have it on record. Show Biafrans the state of the execution and why. I will leave it here because it's very important. And finally, fellow comrades and lovers of freedom, what they have done to us, we continue to say it. Our job is to educate you. It's entirely up to you now to digest it. What we have come here to do tonight is to just a minor disclaimer because there's nothing too much to talk about. There's a specific word. That's why I was pressing our minds back on things that have happened in the past. But the fundamental underlying question here is that why was the stele of execution? Why? If Ejiofor can answer this question, then probably we'll get another job tomorrow. But if you don't answer this question, it's detrimental to his career. Because he's not going to go anywhere. It's not. With all due respect. Continue talking about Mazi Nnamdi and his ongoing case. Continue interfering on it. But like I said, you've been warned. Thank you for the comment, for listening. And this is Biafra Alpha Power Media International. We're reaching you from United Kingdom. My name is I still remember as Umeh, a humble servant here in UK. We are not going anywhere, Doesn't matter what anybody think until Biafra is restored. Mazi Nnamdi is in DSS dungeon. So it doesn't matter what anybody think. And IPOB members, I'm going to advise you once again. Our leader have spoken, So it's about time people now start asking fundamental questions. We cannot hide it under our shells, giving excuses, Onyendu says the era of 100 men, and I think we're in that era. But let the truth be told. People need to start coming out of their shell and do the right thing. It's the time. Because Onyendu, it's not when Mazi Nnamdi can come out. There's nothing going to tell our leader. At least we have seen Onyendu never change. As Ejiofor told them that Onyendu was incapacitated. That was one of the lies he sold to them. And if time permits me here, the same like Ejiofor sold, that was why someone like China Sanwo-Olu and co were saying things about our leader. Listen to let me play this before I go. Let's listen to some of what
Times are different with the time we are in. The kind of detention somebody is equating to that you don't take orders is the time when messages passes from one hand to another before it gets to the leader. Now, we have been in this struggle. We work with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Ask the lawyers. There are message. If they bring it, we told them this message is not well. It's not what we expect. That means the message might be diluted. We now use our brain and decode the remaining things we have to do. That is why we are.
They are decoding the remaining one. That's
the leadership. He has the capable hands. If you ask the legal teams, if you ask anybody who have known him, he have always said in his absence, and that is what the IPOB Code of Conduct says, in his absence that Chike Doziem takes charge. When people say Chike Doziem, Mazi Chike Doziem is the head of the GOS, which
it's quite. I just want to play all this audio tonight because these people think we've forgotten things, you know. You say our code of conduct say. You see how they're lying? He said our code of conduct say when it's not there. Chike means take over. That is what they sold to Chike today. Chike is hiding. He's hiding. Where did our code of conduct say that? In which paragraph, Pico? I don't have time, but he said, ask our lawyers. He made all these references, ask our lawyer. You know which lawyer? Ejiofor. They were in it together. Just like what Kanu said. Every problem we have from the time before, even go back to Biafra Radio Biafra when they say Simon Ekpa should be given a slot. Ejiofor go to Simon Ekpa and tell him that Onyenu say take over Radio Biafra. And now went back and tell the vegetable himself before you tell a form. They started from there. How did all this thing started? From the radio, from taking over Radio Biafra and from calling it at home. That is where we get where we are today. This particular gross insubordination is what brought themselves to every other thing to their knees. But like I said, I'm not gonna waste time, but everything he said is lie. He says in our code of conduct. That's why they were pumping Chike and people were writing memo, left, right, and center. But I tell you one thing, Chike will end up in prison. Forget about the Nigerian government. You see that code of conduct that he signed. You don't understand the implication. Some people say he studied law. I don't know where he studied his own law. But let it be told to Chike that you see that particular code of conduct will land you in prison. In a legal proceeding. Because you are the person that signed it. So when anything that happened and contradicting that you are involved in this western part of the world we are living, my brother, you're not going to get away with it. I'm saying, like we keep quiet because of what you do have to make some decision. But some cases you guys have tried and you know where those cases are today. We don't want to comment on them. But wish that someday you guys need to start confessing what you have done. Well, most of you guys have pressed and it couldn't work. But the same, our lawyers, which lawyers? Ejiofor was the man behind all this evil. That is why Onyendu couldn't give a message to pastor anybody anymore. When was the last time Ejiofor came out and said Onyendu said? Even when the first time Simon wanted to, this fight at home was on a peak. Didn't make Ejiofor pass that message. It didn't come from Ejiofor. The last one Onyendu ordered is through Amawali Council now. Because every message that passed to him, that's just like what this guy said. He doesn't pass the message. He might be right saying that because you know that all of them are playing in the same gallery. I'm just trying to refresh your memories and mind tonight. And now, start asking questions. Those that have been asking for money, including Simon Ekpa himself. All the teams they grow, it was money problem they were having. They were looking for where IPOB money was. Now they are in position now. The people are contributing money for them. How are they accounting for the fund and what are they doing with it? Let's be asking questions. IPOB functioned because it was a structure. Now people are individually. They have media worms that are paying them. Nobody pays IPOB media worm. Those that were putting on that salary by Onyendu was few people for a reason. And I don't question that. But now it become imperative that all of them now, people are gathered together now, they are paying themselves. That's not the kind of freedom fighting we want to do. Because at the end of people will be complicit. That is like he said, Rapture Media IPOB does not exist. Individuals set up his own business and side. Now the money goes into his personal pocket, they share it at the back. I want to make it abundantly clear to everybody. And I'm going to be signing off from here. And Mechuko Kaiba will continue to guide us. Give us common sense, common sense. I like when Donald Trump said that he's not. He says, "What is it? He's not conservative, but he's a common sense. There things your common sense tells you. Conservatism can be somebody trying to play what they know, but if you can apply your common sense, things will be easy. Somebody coming telling you about IPOB, ask that person question. Those that have been talking about money, this, that. The money and those accounts, they're in charge. They fraudulently went into those accounts like 419ers they are till tomorrow morning. Now, what have they done with those money? They've stolen. They can account for it. And now people are beginning to ask questions. And I ask again, what about leadership? Whatever the US said goes. How about that? I hope it's still on track. DOS leadership is in charge. I hope it's still on track. We see one thing in life is that I said it, truth is the only thing that can stand the test of time. It can lie, one lie can require 1,000 lies to cover it up. When you guys started, we warn you guys, there's nothing like leadership in IPOB. We have one central command. Onyendu have just spoken in court, is not out yet. Just the cough of Onyendu. All of you now on your own, you're shitting on your pants. All of you are now shitting on your drawers. So how much more Mazi Nnamdi cannot come out? That's why none of you want him out, because he said, what did he say? To restore peace in Biafra land. And none of us know. That Onyendu come out today. Who is that person? Who? People must be careful. That's nothing like leadership in IPOB. We have one structure. And that structure wants a full actor. You see, IPOB structure is very, very there. I'm going to say this before I leave. Very, very important. This is the chain of command of IPOB. Maybe some of you have forgotten. From inception. Right? So, you see, IPOB chain of command. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the superior of religious power. It comes down to DOS. Now, DOS takes on, he can't make decisions without Mazi Nnamdi Kanu approving it. Doesn't matter who is involved. Anyone will have the deputy, doesn't do anything without Onyendu's approval. That's the fact of life. Now, before you come down to continental reps and state coordinators in Biafra and district coordinators and local government coordinators and zonal coordinators and unit coordinators. That is how we were structured. Obey the command. And that was why we said obey before complain. So, but Chike doesn't disobey Mazi Nnamdi Kanu publicly. Who the hell do you think will obey you? You see, what you guys do, we warn you guys from the beginning. This something happened 2015. I was here. I remember calling a man Mazi on phone the day they posted Biafra radio. I will talk about this tonight before I leave this particular place. This is now, I'm just opening everything up. When the Biafra International emerged with Clifford Rana and Co. The day they post that thing in coordinators forum, Imam Mazi was in that forum. I happened to call him privately. I say, Barrister, please, can you guys address this issue? Oh, no, Onyendu have approved it that Uchemofo is jittering. That is his word. I'll use the right, but he's so rest in peace. He's a good man. He's a man after our leader's heart. But sometimes people make mistakes. I won't speak ill about him. And it said one thing to me. He said, George, I was one that appointed me a welfare that I never had before. Do you know how much I spend on welfare? I still have the phone bill. I was paying £90 every month for calling cross call to Leica. Because when they come to IPOB, they give you like, and they don't give you their own number. When they come, they will come with like a mobile then. They don't give you their own, they don't give you their contract phone, like voter phone. Then like a mobile is India. So when they call it's cross call, you're calling. I still got the bills. I say, Mazi, please, don't ever use that word to me. Are you talking as if you do me a favor? For me to volunteer to do something I'm doing from my heart? But I warn him. It's something I told you people now. What happened at the end of the day? What happened? At that fight, we fight it to the end. The same thing have happened again. And we're here. Because what they showed to you people is that Onyendu will not make it alive. The same thing they told them in 2015. I remember our former London coordinator, Festus and George, Umeh, something is going to happen. I shouldn't worry. I told him, you're a good man. I'm reminding you, I'm talking to IPOB members tonight. Some of my comrades in UK here, people that thought that we are human beings, I didn't know that these individuals. I don't know. Some people are talking that they think they're human beings, but sometimes something will happen there, No sentiment attached to it. This is fact, I'm telling you. Because you cannot talk about history of IPOB without mentioning people like us, because I don't spare anybody. I know what I've put in behind me to be in this position and what I've chosen to do. I die because of this, I care less. That's my decision. I made it already. My kids, everybody knows. So what I'm saying to you tonight is this. You need to go back and look yourself in the mirror. And don't forget the oath you took. That's another thing again. Some of you will be running from one pastor house to imam to one DBA house, trying to break some course, but you don't know that you have brought on generational course that will never be erased. It will not erase. You see, IPOB oath, mark my words somewhere. They will have another 5 generations praying on what you guys have caused to yourselves now. Some of you say it doesn't work. No problem. Leave it that way. Onyenu said in court, why would he want his people to be dying? I have sacrificed 2 parents. And I can take you back when he said that word in Afaluku Bake. His 2 parents was in both of his 2 hands. His wife was there. He said, I will sacrifice everything sacrificable, including my 2 parents and my kids. His wife was there. That I will never forget that day. I was watching live on Facebook. Because every morning we hooked up on live. Onyendu comes live every day when he came out of 2017. Some of you suddenly forget about all these things, and now we are gossiping. They would wing you people about leadership. You ask yourself, where did we get leadership in IPOB? Where? Who told you? I just showed you this is our 10th command in IPOB. It's not true. And it was clear in our code of conduct as well. The same way is here is clear in our code of conduct. The only person who have a permanent position in our code of conduct is our leader, Mazi, nobody else. And he is the one only one that have the power to dismissal, unless it's designated it to you. While Onyendu pull up a memo, telling Chike to reverse coordinator that he knew and he publicly announced on Radio Biafra. He never did it tomorrow morning. You see, I'm reminding you this tonight. I want you to be on record that nothing you guys have done we don't have on record. And I want to sound warning tonight. You see all this media worm that are making noise. All of you put together. I'm going to design a program for you guys. Just wait. Because everything you people have said in the past, continue talking. We are not saying that your social media is open. Yeah. Now, all of you are monetize your page. Rapture Media need people to come every day speaking because they want to generate traffic. Algorithm need to get to you guys to make money. No problem. Continue saying what you guys are saying. We are taking records. Whatever you say, I'll oblige you guys. Continue yapping. Time will tell. And that's why I'm going to rest you this evening. May Chukwukabiyama continue to guide and protect our leader, most importantly, and his entire household and IPOB at large, and may peace be restored in Biafra land. From me from here, it's good night from here. Good morning or good afternoon, wherever you are. And there will